I'm talking today to Ofer Ronen, who is the sales director for East Africa for Gilat Satcom. Ofer's just come back from Juba, the capital of southern Sudan. Ofer, what's it like when you arrive in southern Sudan?
Okay, the first thing you encounter is the chaotic airport of Juba. They change every 2 weeks the way that you enter the country. There are about 3 people managing all the passport control, and everything needs to go through them. So be patient with standing in lines. As well, keep track of where your passport goes because they might lose it. But it's relatively easy to get into the country. $100 cash for a visa, and you enter the country. And then you see the people, the passengers, helping each other with luggage because it's not really organized yet. So be ready for that. Once you pass the passport control, I would recommend having a driver waiting for you to take you to your accommodation. Most hotels in Juba are built out of cargo containers, so don't look for the spa.
Right.
Actually, I paid $200 a night to sleep in a fancy container with air condition and almost hot water because it didn't really work, but it's hot enough for you to shower in cold water, so no problem. And it's going to be much, much hotter in the next few months.
And the hotels are very busy because lots of people are going to...
The hotels are fully booked, so make sure you book well ahead and make sure you know who you book from and get recommendations so the room will be waiting for you. Otherwise, bring a tent.
Bring your tent, yeah. And how big is Juba?
Juba is very, very small. I was surprised how small it is. Basically, in 30 minutes ride, you can go all over the city, see all the corners of it, and get the impression. Because it is very small, because so many Westerns suddenly coming there, while a year ago none of us even thought about getting to Juba. So again, they have these problems of very extreme change that suddenly so many people are coming. So the airport is not built for it. The city, the hotels are not built for it. Therefore, $200 for container.
Yeah.
But they are very, very resourceful, the people there. This was my impression. They basically got no resources, but they still managed to find a way and build small so-called hotels, and they managed to do things from really scratch. I saw women at the side of the road taking stones with a small hammer and breaking it down to pebbles so they can have cement and build, bigger building now. But this is the way it works there.
How is it in terms of mobile phones? Do you have a local mobile while you were there?
I got there with my BlackBerry. While the data services work perfectly, I got my emails and my BBM working perfectly. No calls. I wasn't able to make any calls in or out of my mobile, not locally, not international, nothing. But at a very low cost, I bought a local SIM card of, I think it's Zain, and it worked perfectly. I was managed to do international calls at a very low cost. I was there for about 3 days, made about, I assume, 20 minutes of international calls, less than $5 I spent for it.
It's very cheap.
Yes.
And do they have ISPs?
They have ISPs. I still haven't mapped them all, but the market is relatively small. There are so many Westerns coming there looking for the next bonanza. But as long as the government does not sell its own oil, and as long as it goes through the north, there is no real budget for many of these projects. So either be very patient and come and invest your money and expect you might get it in 2 or 3 years, or do it very carefully, very slowly, and
take it piece by piece.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what else is happening with Gilat in terms of Africa and things you're doing?
We are basically this year trying to build local operations, build local teleports, and also present new services into the market, like cloud services, OTT services, and some other surprises that we will
be announcing later.
Yes.
Ofer, thanks for talking to me today.
Thank you.